And we're back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 15, episode 3. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And if you guys are watching and listening to this episode of the Cloud9 podcast when it is airing live, thank you so much for actually choosing with your free time to watch and listen to the Cloud9 podcast when it actually airs live. You are always deeply thanked for your support, always, by the top G Rizmaster. But if you guys are watching and listening to this episode of the Cloud9 podcast after it is done airing live, you're probably watching this episode on the replay. You are probably actually starting your work week as it is Monday, and you probably hate the week already because it's Monday and the weekend's over, and you got to go back into that 9-to-5 grind. But don't worry. We are here to be your valuable second monitor experience or your mobile experience, as we are going to talk about the 2025 NBA playoffs, finishing the quarterfinals. Actually will be onto the semifinals for each conference coming up. Well, the Eastern Conference already started that. You had Pacers versus Cavaliers. That game happened today as well. Then we also had Rockets versus Warriors, Game 7. Clippers versus Nuggets, Game 7 as well. But it's now time to start the semifinals for each conference, and we're going to be here all for that. I did manage to watch various League of Legends series, but it brings me so much joy to me when I see Disguise just getting absolutely railed, honestly. So one of the League of Legends games we will talk about later, I'm going to show you guys, was Team Liquid versus Disguise Game 2. Might have been single-handedly one of the most ass-whooping games I've ever seen. So joining me here in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast to talk about the 2025 NBA playoffs and Disguise getting their shit caved in. And Mr. Blanks, what's up, man?
Yeah, they got the shit caved in. They got the shit cracked. My God. It's like the good teams were struggling a lot more than the bad teams or the teams in the middle today. It was weird.
No, it's crazy. Umti apparently has a wrist injury, and then they gave him medicine for it. I guess it was pain meds. Something they gave that guy for those pain meds made that guy play his best League of Legends I've ever seen this man play in the last 8 years I've watched this man. I think they gave that guy drugs.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They interviewed him, and I thought that guy was on crack. I was like, yes. Casters or whoever gave him the medicine, they meant to give him like Tylenol, like aspirin, not like crack. You don't give a motherfucking crack. Have this guy just tweaking out on the fucking stage. But apparently we did have some deaths actually in the League of Legends scene. So the season 1 world championship winner, Shusha, who was on Fnatic, he passed away because of cancer. Then Noah, the ADC who plays on Giant X, his grandfather passed away. Then Vulcan, the support player on Cloud9, his close friend passed away. Apparently he flew to like Montreal and then flew like straight back so they could play the games today against Lion. So it's like, wow, just a bunch of people dying. So just, always tell your loved ones that you love them. But I always hate this motherfucker right here. He's a clout chasing bastard. But it's okay.
Motherfucker ain't talking, man.
What do you mean? The Lakers are in the semis. What are you talking about, dude?
Nigga, your team at home, man.
What do you mean? LeBron's like gonna come on, man.
LeBron got another year, another L, another no championship.
Oh, speaking of LeBron, so I was looking at, just a lot of NBA content, honestly. And what I found is that after this year ends, so like when 2025 officially ends, in 2026, because we'll know where he's going to go anyway, or if he's going to stay with the Lakers, or he goes to another team. Because in LeBron's contract now, he has this thing where apparently he can just go to any team if he wants to. I don't know if they pay him this amount of money, but he has the option to either go to whatever team he wants to, actually, in his contract. Yeah. Rumored is he's still going to play one more year. I mean, if you're someone like him, and I'll always shit on the man whenever I get the chance, but, outside of shitting on him, he has won quite a bit. He's done a lot. I would imagine he doesn't want to end the last years of his career like his idol. I mean, he idolized Michael Jordan like a lot of people did. You don't want to go out fucking, first round of the playoffs. He probably wants to make a deep run in the playoffs and potentially win another championship before he retires. Now, how long will his body actually withstand doing that? Like getting in shape and long ass regular seasons, and then you got to travel for home and away games in the regular season. You have the whole like in-season tournament. I think he won one of those in-season tournaments with the Lakers. He won the first one, and then he won the 2020 ring, which has the asterisk to it. But he did give the Lakers the trophy. So I mean, I guess beggars can't be choosers, right? So, what do you think he's gonna do? Do you think he just stays the Lakers? Because I don't think he has a future there, honestly. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. This kind of team doesn't really have a future, for being completely honest here. I think you're going to get into a situation where they're going to like luck into some wins in a regular season and then get knocked out every single year, literally until something drastically changes. It's even rumored that Luka Doncic doesn't even know if he's going to be here for 2026. So, I mean, I really don't know at this point, honestly. If I was LeBron, I would really contemplate, okay, I've been with the Lakers. I did get a trophy here, albeit in the weirdest of circumstances. It did happen. Kind of already did everything he needed to be here. What I think is going to happen, it's a bold prediction. It's probably not going to happen, but I've seen him do it before. I predict he goes back to the Cavaliers if he doesn't retire. He goes back home. The story's like, hey, LeBron goes back home one more time to win a championship. I feel like that's
if Cleveland doesn't win this year.
Yeah. Because it's so crazy how, like, without him, they do good. With him, they do good. It's just a weird relationship they have, honestly. That's my personal prediction. I feel like if he doesn't retire, because it doesn't look like he really wants to be here. Throughout all the interviews he's ever done, it doesn't look like he likes being here anymore. I mean, he's been here for like 5 years at this point. Like, I personally think he either goes back to the Cavaliers and he finishes his career there, and potentially they try to get the best team they can around him to win one more title. Because I don't really think you want to spend the last maybe potentially 2 years of your career on the Lakers anymore. Doesn't even feel like he even likes playing anymore here. Like, guys, for me, he's 2-12 with the Lakers in the last 3 years of the playoffs. I mean, for being honest here, this isn't working out anymore. Yeah, you can get your regular season highs, but that's about as all it's going, honestly. But someone who's never actually won anything, like jack shit. But no, not Team Vitality. No, not Dignitas, but those guys have never won jack shit either, and they never will. If anyone watched that G2 Vitality series, yikes, that was G2 just fisting isn't the word. G2 just literally took their whole cock out and actually fisted him.
They finally woke up. They took 3 hard L's. Just holy shit, 3 hard motherfucking L's.
Do you know what that was basically? That was basically after they lost to Fnatic, they were like, okay, team meeting. Everyone says how they really feel. Let's get our shit together. Because there's a good chance that they don't make playoffs if they had kept up that type of fucking losing streak they had. So I'm glad they sat down potentially and just let it all out. LeBron, you suck ass and you completely shit the bed, and you're lucky you even here in this org. They tell that motherfucker to actually get his shit together. And, beating Niski or role swap support doesn't really matter to me. I think he's still literally going to be an actual ass support. But it's nice to see G2 bounce back and beat Vitality, but keep in mind it is Vitality. But like, you got to also think about the amount of L's G2 has taken recently. Like, if they had kept up that horrible play style that they had, that wasn't going to be resulting in a playoffs, berth for them. And it looks like also Team BDS is not going to make playoffs. Good. Delete that org.
With 3 wins, you're probably making playoffs. Rogue is like 1 in oblivion.
And so where's the standings? Because Fnatic and Carmen Corp are locked. They have 6, I think.
Yeah. Carmen Corp and Fnatic are locked.
G2 has 4. 4 will probably get you in, if we're being honest here.
No, it does. 4, because you got, BDS, because BDS is done with their game. They play 9. They're 3 and 6.
Oh, thank God they're done. No more. We don't need to see anything more of them anyway, for being honest. No more BDS. I'm fine.
SK still has 3 games left. Carmine Corp only has 1 game left. 2 games left.
And Carmine Corp and Fnatic are locked, so it doesn't matter what happens with their results anyway.
Koi, Team Radix, G2, they need to win 1 more to be locked. Team Vitality, right now, there's 2 teams with 2 wins. If Rogue lose one more, they're probably done.
That's good. Don't need to be seeing them anymore.
Yeah.
I think we're good on that. I don't need to see BDS anymore. You need to delete this org. After what I saw this week, after the way they played against Fnatic, I almost had a stroke. I was like, wow, this team is trash.
All SK has to do is win 2 games or 2 series.
Who's their next opponents? Let me see. Because today's Sunday, right? And this is no, that happened to Monday. SK plays Koi.
Oh, yeah, they got Koi, then they got G2, then they got Vitality. Oh yeah, they might be fucked. Yep, they're god.
Oh, Heretics. I mean, Fnatic are locked. So Heretics have been an odd team.
Rogue last game is against Koi next week. Koi just eliminated them completely. BDS is done. That's me. They're done. That's me. Their face is in the hands of
plenty of other teams.
Yep.
Good. That team sucks. I'm sorry. You don't even get in my eyes. You don't make playoffs as bad as you played against Fnatic. That was
Giant X is probably in because they beat
BDS today and they beat G2 as well.
Yeah.
Also,
no, them beating G2 is not really going to matter now unless they win 1 more.
Okay.
If G2 wins 1 more, Giant X can't catch them.
Also, this was something that apparently Zeka said in an interview. When things get hard, I get harder.
See, you gotta realize he's Korean. That's me. Both Asians don't really think nasty like that.
We do.
Yeah. When things get hard, I get in Leonard's butt. But no.
Allegedly.
Nah, ain't no allegedly. I'm
so
cracking.
You know what's crazy? Before we go over League of Legends stuff a little bit more toward the end of the show, I wanted to take this time to actually send like a eulogy for my boy James Harden. You a choker! Oh, sorry, too soon. You know?
No, he an actual choker.
But as we talked about on Facebook last night, what are things that are guaranteed in life? Team Vitality, never winning a trophy. Dignitas, always sucking ass and also not winning trophies. Death, there's taxes. I'll be a white guy. What else is in life?
Game 7, the game that we need you. This motherfucker scored 7 points.
Guys, this is actually worse than what LeBron did. LeBron put up 4 points in a single quarter for the Lakers' last game against the Timberwolves. This guy scored 7 points in an entire game.
This guy's plus minus was negative 23. Pretty much his impact was non-existent. He gave you 12 assists. How many turnovers did this motherfucker have?
He had 12 assists. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
2 for 8 shooting. He had two turnovers and he made 2 free throws. 1 for 4 shooting. Wasn't shooting the ball at all. All the rebounds came defensively, like they should, because he can't box out anybody. Like,
yep.
Game 6, he scores 20. He scores 28. Game 5, they get blown out, right?
Yeah.
They get blown out game 5. This motherfucker James Harden in a blowout game 5 when they go down 3-2, motherfucker had 11 points. Game 5.
He played his best basketball in game 1 and that other game that they blew Denver out. It was game 3, I think. Game 2.
6.
Oh, yeah. He had like 2 good games the whole playoff series. And this man this guy can't win. I don't know. This is the same narrative the fucking Cowboys fans have every year. Oh, it's going to be our year. It never is. At this point, if you don't accept this, that is a you problem.
Game 4. James Harden scores 15 points on 43 minutes. 11 assists, double-double.
This guy's getting paid what? $36 million?
He's getting
heard he's getting the bag. I heard if you're getting $30 million to score 7 points in the game, I need to quit whatever I'm doing right now and then steal your job. I know I can put up more than 7 points. I know that I can do that for sure.
Yeah, game
give me time
3.
to cook.
Yeah,
Actually, I'll bring it up. right now. Give me 1 second. I don't know about NBA on TNT. I don't think I can play the full clip, but I think I can show people.
Yeah, game 3, he scored 20. He was good.
Give me 1 second here. So this was after they did their interview with Jokic. As you guys can see on the screen right here, this is bye Clippers, 50-32, fifth in the West. That was their regular season record for this year in 2025. Third straight first round playoff exit. Norman Powell, 21.8 game average, and Ivica Zubac, 58, double doubles and all that shit. Notable players, options for next season is James Harden is a $36.3 million contract. Nick Batum, $4.9 million. Kawhi Leonard signed for 2 more seasons. So they have Kawhi until the end of 2027.
Yeah.
And Kawhi Leonard, if you just look at this game, the only person that ever showed up in all the games was Kawhi Leonard. That was it. It felt like no one else wanted to win today. The only team from California that's left is just the Warriors at this point. The last California team left. I'm not surprised. James Harden he's not winning a trophy ever in his career at all.
No.
He'll be known as I don't know what he'll be known as, honestly. The person who that whole never was thing. The guy that could have. He's gonna be a player that's known like the guy that could have won everything but didn't win shit.
What if
big fat
he never leaves OKC? What if Chris Paul never gets injured in 2018? What if Kyrie doesn't get injured in 2021? What if Kawhi had better knees? What if James Harden decided to actually shoot other than threes in that game 7 when he missed?
Wasn't all the Clippers fans? Weren't all the Clippers fans celebrating when the Lakers got knocked out? Yeah, about that.
And then like a day later, or like 2 days later, y'all asses got sent home back to LA. Now both y'all fans could cry like bitches.
I'll just be honest here, everyone. The Lakers could straight up go out in the first round of the playoffs for the next 20 years. They would still have more rings than the Clippers. What I got out there?
More rings, more championship appearances.
Wait, you're right. They've never had a championship appearance, has they?
Clippers only been to the conference finals once. And
that's it.
And yep. I forgot who they lost to. They lost to somebody.
Good Lord.
Who the fuck?
What do you think needs to happen? Because for James Harden, does he start taking a hard look at himself and going like, "Damn, what do I do?"
He took left to stay. He took left to stay with L.A.
Okay. I mean, I don't like. I'll be honest here. I wasn't surprised he lost. I knew he was a serial choker. He is the throat goat of the NBA. That's a serial.
The reason why I knew he was going to lose because they were able to make him like feel uncomfortable in the shooting lane. Jokic is Jokic. It was like okay.
The Clippers have a big man themselves that could deal with Jokic, but he's just not as aggressive as that guy. Honestly, like I was watching the game and I was going like, "Damn, the man, the fucking oh god, Clippers, what is wrong with you?" There's so like the turnovers. Fuck. Okay. Well, we'll go over the bracket. We have our updated bracket here, kind of, but we know the results anyway. All right. First round, OKC 4-0 Memphis. This is the result tonight. Nuggets are moving on. They win in 7. Everyone kind of knew this series was going to be in 7 games, and it did go to 7 games. Well, my team is gone. They're just frauds, and they're just trash, actually. Fuck you. Suck my cock. Just common LeBron L.
Yeah.
You can't spell Lakers without L. Just
capital L on that, too.
Yes. Why you always got to dig the
L? The L in loss. The L in Lakers. Double L's.
God. And then tonight, another game 7 after the Warriors started 3-1. I don't know how the Warriors were choking those other 2 games away, but Warriors managed to do it. They managed to defeat the Houston Rockets. They are in the next round. So the semifinals for the Western Conference, it's OKC versus Nuggets. Then you also have Timberwolves versus Warriors. Eastern Conference, Indiana Pacers and Cleveland Cavaliers played their first game today. Pacers actually won. I have to watch that game because I didn't just know the result of it. And the Knicks play the Celtics in about what, a day? They'll play tomorrow, I think.
Yep, they play tomorrow.
Okay, so good Lord, as long as the Rockets are gone, because man, those guys are playing some of the most foulest defense I've ever seen in my life. Dude, I need you gone.
I went to go shit talk. You know what this motherfucker did? He blocked everyone that shit talked him.
You know, Draymond Green ain't shit. The motherfucker is celebrating his ass off tonight. Draymond Green straight up smacked that guy for no reason and got thrown out of the game. He was like, why'd I get thrown out? Motherfucker, you know what you did, you dirty, stinking gorilla. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell. You know, watching these games just reminds me about just how much I hate these black people in this league. But I digress.
The fuck is wrong with you, man? You gotta
after watching the Clippers game, I was like, I agree with Russell Westbrook, another stinking fucking gorilla.
Okay, yeah.
Just throw that team out. Y'all need to just go home. Turnovers, so many turnovers, no defense. Literally, Westbrook makes a free throw because he got fouled, and then two big guys from the Clippers are right there. They can't get the rebound. Westbrook blitzes past them, makes it over them. Like, in the third quarter, freaking Nuggets had a 24-4 run. Just domination. I think at one point in the third quarter, that shit was like 80-56. Like, god damn. Did no one want to come up and play the game? Did no one want to win at all? Like, it's actually disgusting. Like, that's crazy. You need to get the fuck out of here. But good Lord, man. What do you think, man, about the last game?
Oh man. Clippers suck. Clippers suck. Never won. I knew James Harden was gonna choke, but that ain't the series I want to talk about. That ain't the series I want to talk about because I already know. You know who I want to talk about. Oh, we all knew that series was going 7. We knew that since game 1. I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers are going back and forth.
Yeah.
Once they got to 2-2, I was like, oh yeah, yep, game 7. They're going to game 7.
And then the Rockets and Warriors game 7. Rockets put up a regular season record of what? I forgot what it was, honestly.
It was 52-30.
Yeah. People were like, "Hey, this is a young team. I don't really know if they can win in the playoffs because they don't have that experience." And well, I'm pretty sure you guys can see that now. They definitely. I mean, there were their best players. Some of them in this series straight up had games where some of those guys barely even tried to win. Like I swear, some of them were like, God, like one of them would score like 10 one game. The one would score like 15, and it's like, what are you people doing? Like straight up, like I felt like in the series they felt like they could win the series, but I don't know, just they couldn't. I didn't really have any faith that they could win the whole series. I watched a few of their games in the season, and I was like, this is a pretty strong team, but anyone could really just figure them out if you really just kind of see what's going on. Oh, sorry, Vin Diesel's outside. What about you, man?
I was like, once I saw the series tied 33, I was like, Steph Curry's gonna lock in. Because if he loses another 3-1 lead, they ain't never gonna let that shit down. And I'm like, I'm glad. Steph Curry clipped it up tonight.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I was happy with Rockets lost. I don't hate the Rockets. I hate Rockets fans. I hate y'all delusional motherfuckers. But I do hate some of these young motherfuckers on this team. Yeah,
I mean, Buddy Hield, he had a really huge night.
He put his motherfucking nuts on the goddamn forehead. Told him suck it, suck nuts. But like these motherfuckers is the young niggas, man. These young niggas is wild. I'm like, nah, fuck all that.
Fucking hell, he had a massive night. He literally put his cock straight down their throats. I was like, damn. Well, who are you thinking is going to win? All right, so let's do Western Conference. who do you think goes to the conference finals out of the OKC and
It's
Nuggets
OKC
matchup?
versus Denver.
Okay,
Yep.
everyone said, "Oh, OKC's gonna win." I'm thinking Denver's gonna go to another 7-game series. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give the chance. I'm gonna give the slight edge to OKC 4-3. But if Denver wins this, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
This is
talking
about
game one. I'm gonna
Mhm.
talk about game one of the Cavs Pacers. That's give me a footnote on what's gonna happen in OKC and Denver. Because I've been telling motherfuckers about Cleveland, but motherfuckers don't want to hear me about it. And on the other side, this is one of the first 6-7 matchups in a while. Minnesota versus Golden State. Minnesota, who's trying to get a 3 seed all the way to the 6 seed, gets to have a home, host a playoff series or 4 games at a time.
Yeah.
I'll say this.
Golden State's tough. I think Minnesota's just too deep, too lengthy.
Yeah, it's not a lot of weird stuff yet. But because Minnesota has all the bigs. Golden State don't really have bigs like that. Golden State has better shooters. I think this series comes down to which superstar shines more. Anthony Edwards or Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is gonna live up to the moment. I think Anthony Edwards is gonna live up to the moment. Let's see what supported cast shows up. I'm gonna put Golden State at 7, but I would not be surprised if Minnesota wins.
Yeah, because you have Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green versus Timberwolves, and they have. Let me bring up the players really quickly.
Yeah,
they got. Oh Lord, Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle. It feels like it's all even, really. Honestly,
no, it's definitely even. I find it West is a toss up.
Damn, that's hard. On one hand, okay, you said last one we're talking about is Timberwolves, Warriors.
Yeah.
You said 4-3 Warriors, right? Warriors in 7. Damn, that's a hard one. They're actually pretty even if you look at how the series went. I mean, because the problem here is like who they faced, right? The Timberwolves faced the Lakers.
Yeah.
That was a pretty easy series. You would say the Rockets were a better team than the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Warriors faced a better team in their quarterfinals match.
Yeah, I would say, but not by much.
Rockets got here because they got high and they just never cooled off. No pun intended. Lakers got here because of Luka. And if the Lakers was 10 around the 4 or 5, you got to realize before the trade, the Mavs and Lakers were like 7 seed, Mavs were 5 seed.
Yeah.
After the trade, Mavs fell all the way to 10, Lakers go all the way up to 3. Like,
I don't. That's the big. I would say Warriors win it, but I would say this series probably goes to 7 games too. Of course, you can also see a world that the Warriors blow them out 4-1.
Yeah,
I can see a world the Warriors blow them out 4-1, but I'll just say it goes 7 games. You said OKC Denver. That's another tough one too because OKC they had the easiest or outside of like the Lakers, they had the easiest first round opponent.
Yeah.
Like the Nuggets had one of the more stronger first round opponents, and they kind of it took quite a bit of time for them to actually get down to beating them.
OKC had the second easiest opponent in the playoffs behind Cleveland.
Yeah. Oh God, man. You said the Nuggets were going to win? I think you said that right?
Yeah.
I was going to say the Nuggets too, honestly. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like they'll be able to actually beat the Nuggets in the playoffs. I don't know. I don't feel like they'll be able to honestly beat them in 7 games.
It's a toss-up for me.
Do you think Jokic gets it done?
I think you can.
That's the thing. This team is evenly matched. That's me.
Yeah, we have them evenly matched. Yeah, it's a hard one here.
Yeah.
Shai, Jalen, Chet, Jalen Williams. Oh, damn. Fucking hell. Alex Caruso. Fucking hell. Jeez. Damn. This is hard. Yeah. Because if you said OKC would win, I wouldn't be surprised. But then it's like, do you think Russell Westbrook clutches it up and gets him through? I don't know. Like, these are hard matches to predict.
I mean, does Russell have how much hate does Russell have for OKC? Because he had a shit ton of hate too. Yeah, he had a shit ton of hate for the Clippers.
He did. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm picking Warriors and Nuggets to go through. Warriors and Nuggets will be in the conference finals.
Okay.
I think them getting challenged by an actual opponent in Denver is going to be hard. It's going to be an opponent that they won't know how to get through because the first round was too easy for them. Because we did see the Nuggets did adapt with each game. They did. Their play got better each game, honestly. So that's what I'll say. I mean, everyone kind of knows the Knicks and Celtics won. Sorry, Knicks. You got to semis. If they pull off an upset here, they go up 3. If they do a 3-1 up, give Chaz hope because this man now needs it. Goodness gracious. All right. What was that? And you wanted to talk about this one really, really quickly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to say about this one before we go to do a league?
Pacers, Clippers, Pacers, Cavs had game 1 today. Pacers won. Am I surprised? No. Pacers play the Cavs tough. This is what I think. This is what I think is going to happen. I think Cavs are going to tie it up 1-1. I can see the Pacers because they stole game 1. If the Pacers go, this is going to go at least at minimum 5 games. If the Pacers up at any point 3-1, Cleveland's done. I don't see Cleveland coming back. In my opinion, this is going to be Cleveland or not Cleveland. It's going to be Indiana versus Boston part 2 because last year. Like
so you actually have the Pacers going through. You actually think they're going to win the whole thing?
After tonight, the Cleveland had no way of adapting. They looked so dysfunctional. They were coming back, but it was just too little, too late. It was, in my opinion. They weren't adjusting fast enough. I think Cleveland could adjust faster, but my God, Indiana was just taking their lunch money.
All right.
And honestly, yeah, that doesn't look good for
because that's the same thing that happened with that first series. Their series against the Heat was a cakewalk, honestly.
Yep.
It always feels like, at least when I'm watching this, if you get an easy first round opponent, the team that had the easy first round opponent it has a hard time adjusting to the team that had a harder opponent in their playoff round.
Yeah.
You know? Because that's what it felt like for fucking. I don't know. That's what it felt like for the Rockets. They never really adjusted very well. I mean, the Lakers didn't adjust at all. The Clippers, well, they didn't show up in their last game. They fucking ran it down. James Harden, just typically just running it down. Perma sprinter, fucking his career. Good Lord. Go back to the jungle, fucking filthy
I'm gonna say Pacers and 6.
Okay.
But I want to see how the series goes. I just, after tonight, I'm like, okay, Cleveland didn't come out to play. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Boston in 5, but they're the good. I can't. There's no part of me that thinks that Knicks can win, or part of me wants to say Knicks in 7 just because. But it's like I just look at the team.
I mean, if the Magic can get a game, I'm pretty sure you guys can get at least at the very minimum 2.
I would tell you why. The Magic, they have youth, they have speed, and a lot of the players don't play over 40 minutes. our players are playing 42 minutes on some bullshit. Like, even when we're like, the thing is too, Orlando, when they won, it was like, okay, by at least 10. We only won by 10 once. No, we barely, it was 9 points. The Knicks, they scrap. And honestly, scrapping against Celtics is not a team I want to scrap. I want to beat them by 20. I don't want to beat them by 2. Like, I know it's good, for morale beating them at the buzzer, but it's like, come on, can I get a win that's by like 15 points? Just to, not...
Yeah, it's probably not happening, given that their players have really high point averages per game.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we'll see how this plays out throughout the week. I'll obviously have my updated opinion on this series later in the week when we do our other show, because we're gonna go over some leak stuff here in just a moment. Here, oh my goodness, I can't. What was Amaranth doing in this post? Oh, I asked her what it tastes like. Oh God, you guys can't see that shit. That's too X-rated for YouTube. Oh my God. All right, so in this game, I want you guys to firmly understand why BDS's org should get deleted. This is the game where they should just be getting the fuck out of the league. So why is it that every single time they face Fnatic, or it's every single time that we've seen this team on the stage, this split, when it came to best of threes, they have this play style where they have really strong early games, but then they always fail to capitalize on exactly what to do in the mid game, and then they constantly can't win shit. Every single best of 3. This happened in the best of 3s last split, in the LEC 2025 winter split playoffs. That happened for them, and it's happening for them now. I really don't know how to fix this. This is the team where basically, okay, we're doing some good stuff early game. Well, they can never win it. And then Irrelevant and 113 should get just reported to the fucking FBI for criminal activity of inting. Like, 113 is a player you just can't win with. Like, if they want to push to go to like Worlds this year, because I think LEC gets 3 slots this year. I mean, I don't know if they're going. If you want to make a push for Worlds, like when summer hits around, you might want to get rid of that guy. I mean, 113 is just not good. People are like, oh, he has hands. No, he's really not that mechanically gifted. He has various points of brilliance, kinda, but he's playing champions where it's so easy to look that good, because if you're playing Jin Zhao, it's so easy to just, hit W when becomes lightning and just leap onto a target. I don't think 113 is that good. I think he's just a serial choker most of the time when he has leads. Then you have Nook, a guy that constantly bends over and takes it up the ass every single game. Or he's a player where he can never actually be the guy to sufficiently carry a game. And then you have Irrelevant, and the name right there just speaks for itself, Then you have Ice, a player who isn't playing bad at all. It's actually having a pretty good season overall, a good year in general, but he can't win with this team. It just kind of feels like it's just Ice and 4 humans, actually. Paris, they apparently shoved out some decent money for this guy to try to get him as a ERL prospect. I don't know which team. I forgot which team he was on, but this guy's been pretty much meh, honestly. Like, when are we ever going to see this guy fully, like, turn it on? Because I'll like, people had hype with this guy to be this new, like, ERL support prospect. Just kind of looks like this guy's a fraud, honestly. He's really just not that good at all. Striker can only do so much with kind of getting these players kind of like molded to how he wants them to play the game and to have a good early game. But it really never feels like this team is competent enough, at least with the kind of players they have, to really actually sufficiently end games. They can get leads, but they don't know how to ever cleanly close a game out. But did you want to say anything about BDS so far?
BDSM, always choking. Yep.
Yeah, BDSM. Yep. Good old BDSM, always choking. Fnatic, it's crazy because people will say Fnatic is a good team, but then you look at series like this and you're like, ugh. Like, Razork could hard win you a game. He can also hard throw you a game too. Razork is just in my opinion, the ultimate coin flip player. Oscar Renan has games where he's practically invisible or games where he practically just kind of carries the game too. So you have two coin flip players. Humanoid isn't a coin flip anything. He's just humanoid. He can only really play well. I mean, at this point now, he's just what, an Aurelion Soul one trick. That's really all he is now at this point. Like all he does, all he can play well is just Aurelion Soul. He literally can't play anything. There's not a functioning human being we're watching in front of our eyes here. This is just a bot, honestly. People will say Upset's the best ADC. I mean, there's no real actual argument against that. You could say he's probably one of the best ADCs in the league. I will give you that. But then again, his competition is very so-so in the league, honestly. He is playing very good when he's in a position to free fire and honestly get kills and to get his team ahead. He does do it. Does it very well. Mickey X has this tendency to still kind of randomly run it down, but you can tell the idea is there about what he's trying to do, honestly. And the reason why BDS will never be a good org in general, and I want them just deleted after this game, I want to show you guys what they did. Like, it was toward this org should just get deleted. Holy shit.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
It got to a point in this game. You know, this was just cinema here. So, good lord. Razork himself is one of the hardest coin flip players I've ever seen. Like, the guy will straight up get you in great winning positions in the game, but then he will always have you in positions where you're like, wait, how did we even get here? Weren't we like 5,000 gold up? So they're having this team fight later on, and then randomly, like Upset decides to himself, hey, I'm going to go use my Kaisa ult over the wall flash. Now he's pretty much out of the fight. And then, Ice ended up getting some nice cleanup kills right here. He got his quadra kill on Jin, and this started the comeback for the game. And then it came to a point where, oh God, that's just an L. So then it got to a point where BDS were essentially going into Fnatic's base, and then they can't actually end ever. Why does this always happen? Why is it that they always face Fnatic, beat them, and then not beat them? This happens every single time. Like, it's the same team. It's the same players. So here's the part of the game. This is the one where everyone focused on. So they're ending the game. Okay, you have a Tristana, you have a Jin Zhao. Literally auto attack E. That's what you do. Okay, it's down. Cool. Keep doing it. Okay, quit the game. All right, you can't end the game right here because there's only two of them, right? So you're thinking to yourself, all right, this should just still result in BDS's victory because BDS are in a position where they could just obviously, blow down the Nexus. They don't. Fnatic get Baron, and then after that, they go, we'll try it again. Well, we got the two main inhibitor turrets down. We'll blow down the first tier 3 turret. Then 113 retardedly jumps onto Oscar Renan. And why him doing that is stupid is because Humanoid just placed the wall right there, and it sectioned off a champion like Jin Zhao that needs to actually protect these guys. Him leaping onto Oscar Renan screwed their whole game. Why is your Jin Zhao jumping onto the Gwen with Zhonya's and her W? What is this retard crackhead doing? What is this? Every single time we watch BDS, this happens. The team fighting is booty shit.
Like singing, no one knows why. It's like
I want people to really look at what we just saw there. This man just straight up throwing games. Why did 113 decide to himself, hey, that's a squishy target. I'm gonna just go and leap all in on the Gwen with Zhonya's and W. Even if he didn't know that Zhonya's was up, that Gwen has her W, just makes her immune to most things. Jin Zhao needs to be protecting the carries. Yeah, that's what you do. 113, protect the carries. And look what happened now. 113. He has no ult. He has no flash. It's over. That's their big engage tool, and he threw the game. Fuck this guy. You fucking inting pile of shit. God. People said Ice could have. He can't do anything. His jungler's a retard. Jungler's a fucking crackhead. How can you win games like that? The jungler is a moron.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was. Like, look at I was just thinking to myself, damn, that's my jungler. I should come up and fight this guy. Peak levels of inting from 113 right there. Good job, 113. You are just bad. Fnatic is so lucky. BDS is this bad. There's no way you should be getting away with games like this. This is ridiculous, honestly. We don't have to watch G2 versus Vitality. That was like fucking. You guys ever watch like I Spit on Your Grave? If you guys ever watch I Spit on Your Grave, you guys know what team I'm talking about. That's what G2 did to Vitality. And also no lube too. There wasn't lube with that either. Shit. It was just all raw. So then we got to talk about Cloud9 versus Lion. So Vulcan played really bad today because Vulcan came back on an 8-hour flight from Montreal because he had a death of some sort. People said it was his dad. People said it was a close friend. I don't know, but none of the other players had any excuses to play as badly as they did. So we'll excuse Vulcan, but fucking oh my god, Cloud9 were kind of getting a little hot, getting a little heavy. It's like when I have sex with some girls, it gets a little hot and heavy. You thumb in and thumb out. You dig their shit out. You lick their fucking taint. Up and down.
Stop fucking them fat bitches, man. I keep telling you about that. You be fucking 200-pound whoppers.
Shit. And then so Lion actually played their best League of Legends today. Somewhat. They still had a lot of mistakes. But there was a point in this game where Lion really shouldn't lose it. Like, this should just be a 2-0, for being honest here. But Loki ended up stealing the Baron with his fucking Yone ult. How did that happen? And Audi had Smite. How does a Yone, his literal ult, when you jump to the person, maybe does like 5 damage? Holy shit. How do you lose? The only reason why they were even still in this game was because Loki stole the Baron because Blabber was hard sprinting it. Hard sprinting. This man literally did so much drugs for this series. I didn't know if he had a brain anymore. Loki overall for the series played pretty well. Sven, his brain was, God, Adi, what are you doing? Oh my God. Oh shit. I hate this region. Chaz said, could we just watch LPL and just LCK? I was like, hey, yo, don't threaten me with a good time. That sounds pretty good to me. Look at this. Is this normal for you people to watch? Is this your man's? Is this him? Holy mother of God. What's up, Rainer? Actually, he is.
Yes.
Yeah, 113 is literally truly an awful fucking player. And people got mad at him because, like, people got mad at Reckless for being a little mean to him. No, Reckless had every right to be mean to that guy. That guy is trash, honestly. That guy is actually just abysmal, This is why I only watch FlyQuest and Team Liquid. All the other NA teams are shit as fuck. Man, you should see the 100 Thieves Dignitas series. That'll make you blow your brains out. Holy shit.
I'm not gonna lie, Team Liquid kind of shit at times too. We're
gonna watch Team Liquid in just a moment. Facing Disguise. So Lion, we're getting into a point where they're about to end the game. Vulcan on the comms are like, well, you know what? We probably should steal a Baron again. Because this game was cooked. This was a cooked chicken right here. So then they're about to end the game. All right. So this should be a pretty simple way to end the game. 5 dragons, Elder buff. Okay. Just play Licorice kills Vulcan. Okay. Then you just take the turret out. Renata Glass ult is down. Okay. There's 4v5. No real reason to be scared. Wait for your next wave. Okay. Saint just jumps in without their waves. They're not even focusing the turrets. They're not focusing anyone. Whoa. What are we doing? What is this? Whoa, stop. What are any of you doing? You could just win the game. They just no focus. Oh, now they have no ult. Oh, now we have no flashes. Oh, wait, we're all dead. What is this league? Help me!
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, boom.
2 weeks in a row. We watch teams and they just can't end. Just wait. Just wait for the next wave. It's literally 1 second. Can you explain this to me in any way possible? How this keeps happening?
This is like when in football terms, when all you gotta do is do a kneel down, and you kind of run it in, and your running back fumbles.
Yeah,
and he gets the fumble back for a touchdown and wins the game. That's what happened in a sense.
Like what? Why even dive? Just hit the next. The reason why they're in this spot, everyone, is because they know they can't fight them. It's 4v5 with the Silas up. Just hit the Nexus turrets. That's all you have to do. And then hit the Nexus. And then you win. The reason why they're backing up is because they lost their main engage tool, which is the Poppy. Holy Jesus, motherfuck. How does this keep happening? Fnatic can't close against Koi. Lion can't end the game. BDS is just horse shit. They couldn't end the game if fucking God gave them mystical powers of just, I don't know, Diddy fucking or something. That couldn't happen.
Yep.
And yeah, this game's over. The next fight. Okay, they're like, you know what? Okay, mistakes happen. We can do it one more time. Audi goes into Vulcan, force him to use Papillon. Okay, cool. All you got to do is play it slow. Licorice, TP's in. Okay, you have a nice position on the map. Ults down. Audi just randomly goes in with his team's not ready. And people are like, wait, where's the glass all? He already used it. He used it already. Lion's already used it. Licorice killed Loki. Does it really matter? Because Ven's not touched. Ven has cleanse. Ven used his ult earlier, and then you lose again, and then you're done. What is that? And people want me to say Audie's a good jungler. Are you fucking out of your mind? I want you to watch what that guy just did. Why did he do this? Okay, so he has his flash. Watch what Audie does. Watch what Audie does. Flashes to go to Ven. Ven just cleanses away. Then he just griefs his whole team the game. Blabber did his absolute best to run this series down. Man had no brain. I don't think he was thinking at all. The whole fight's over. It's really just done. They don't have the purpose of having the Renata glass is to stop them from engaging. She just uses her ult, and you kind of just all stop. Then the game's over. And Cloud9 ended up winning game 3. Game 3 was also very, very close, but they didn't manage to pull it out. So Cloud9 having a roughly very, very hard series against Lion, but they didn't end up pulling it. Yeah, honestly. What else ended up happening today? Oh, T1 beat KT Roster because, well, did we ever know that, honestly?
Beat the brakes off them.
I know the casters were hyping it up because it was a road show, it was in a big crowd, but it's like, guys, let's be honest, KT Roster is pretty terrible, honestly. I mean, T1's had a really rough season so far, but I think we would agree that they're better than KT. Like, T1 literally could be absolutely just running it down, and KT would still find a way to lose. That's what KT does. All right, let's watch the worst game of the year. This man, I haven't said a lot this year. There's a lot of really bad games this year. I thought 100 Thieves Pain Gaming was peak shit, but this right here, you can't get worse than this, people. This Team Liquid versus Disguise game 2. Holy shit! So battling a wrist injury. They basically gave him crack for him to play, honestly. And DSG, they did beat Team Liquid in the regular season. And to be honest, that game should never have been a win for DSG. That shouldn't even be possible, looking how bad DSG really is. So Castle, he's pushing forward, and then comes up here and ganks him. Pretty simple stuff, right? This game resulted in basically one of the biggest beatdowns I had ever seen. You know, he and Scary Jerry. Like, Scary Jerry isn't good at anything, but Scary Jerry on Corki, he was just useless. And look at the draft from DSG. Low engage. They have relatively all short range, low engaged champions. Team Liquid's comp is a bunch of longer ranged, all high DPS carries. DSG's comp is more like, okay, we'll poke you out a little bit, then pick you off. Team Liquid's is more all in, capable. And then just look right here. This is the part of the game I was watching live, and my brain just stopped working. I think I turned off my brain, and then I had my wife just give me the nicest Glock 3000 I've ever received in my entire life. Look at this. I want you guys to firmly see what happens in this melon right here. Okay, so Scary Jerry and Huhi are probably posturing to essentially stop from getting close to the dragon. Core JJ, obviously, from getting closer to knock them away. So Zayu's doing the dragon. So Zayu's like, okay, we're doing the dragon right now. And then Huhi's like, no, we're going to fight these guys. And then Huhi leaps on to Umti. And then now without his Zenith Blade, he's dead. But they didn't even start the dragon. And then Zayu's caught out now. And now he blew his flash. I was like, this team doesn't even care. This team doesn't care about winning. They're not trying. This isn't real. This isn't a real team. What is Toast doing? Then earlier this week, Toast announced that they fired that coach Mash. Mash was a horrible fucking player when he was playing League. And he's an awful coach himself. I would imagine that's not too far out of the realm possibility. Then it basically was over when they chose to fight for the Void Grubs. And obviously the Void Grubs have changed with this new patch, honestly. And DSG are positioning to fight them, even though it's kind of already over. They kind of are already going to secure the other one anyway. They fight them, and it ends up just being, I think, a 4-0. I think it was right here at this point in the game. They fight them, and it's a 4-0, and you're like, okay, this team is awful, honestly. Like, do you see any hope DSG do anything? They should just get out of it. Like,
nah. They got lucky with being Team Liquid and the best of one. Yep.
And that shouldn't even happen just in general, honestly. Yeah, this Team Liquid were absolutely just running it down. Like, DSG, like, oh, okay, we're kind of even to fight them. Let's see. Is it Turrets? Yeah, so essentially they're having these weird disjointed team fights where Abadage is trying to pick off Impact and Castle is trying to help him out. Then the other people are just getting caught out, like they're leaving their ADC open to getting just absolutely one-shotted. Like, all just, and Huhi is just, I don't know, he's lost his brain forever. Why is Huhi not helping Abadage or Castle? Why is Huhi away from his support? Just, his brain's already fried. His brain's gone forever. Like, I firmly don't know. Why is this team not eliminated? The team should be gone. Like, Abadage, there's really nothing he can do. Like, I don't see a world this team stays the same after the split. They're making roster changes. This can't work. They're getting
relegated. Like,
I forgot they have the whole spot for the whole year.
Yep.
So they would have to play the winner of whoever comes out of the NACL. They'll most likely play Double Lift's team, if we're being honest here. That's gonna be so weird.
I don't know. Double Lift seems like fakey.
I don't know. I think they're still better than most of the league. At least when they Challenger League, right?
Yeah.
Like for DSG, I don't know what would happen for their roster. It's just it's horrible looking at this team. I only watch them to laugh at them and see them fail. I actually love seeing them fail. It literally brings me joy in my life watching them get curb stomped this hard, you know? And Team Liquid's had a rather, I don't know, weird regular season. Their group stage hasn't been all that bad, but they've only faced Lion and DSG. They'll face Cloud9, I think, next week to see who's going to get first in the group, to see who's going to lock playoffs, honestly, because this is just to eliminate two teams from the groups, and then you'll just have your playoffs out of that, honestly. So at this point, you know, for DSG, there's no team cohesion. So you have none of that. The drafts are relatively not the worst thing, but these guys couldn't play a 5-teamo draft, if we're being honest.
Oh, hell no.
I'll be honest here. I don't even think these guys could play out the easiest. You couldn't even play out maybe a Malzahar draft if they gave it to them. Like, Zayu is in a good jungler. He got kicked from Dig for a reason. Like, I know he was mad about that, but let's be honest here, guys. He wasn't good. Like, and keep in mind, Dig, that org has no future because that org is always trash. You guys think the Clippers are bad in NBA. Oh, you try watching Dig for 8 years like I have. Your brain will teach you some things, honestly. So this was the point of the game where they tried fighting them 4v4. Umti already just uses his ult to make sure he zones them away. Like, look at this, guys. They can't even win a 4v4. And they're already, 8,000 gold down? And this is the problem that they have, that other teams in the league do, where they don't think about how to get out of the bad situation. They just keep fighting.
They just fight and hope the other person messes up. It's like we combo and you know you have no outs, but You just hope your opponent misses a piece of the combo where you're able to come back, but it doesn't matter anyway because you still suck. That's what it is.
Just the whole team is bad. Like their laning phases are all maybe outside of like castles, the laning phases are all bad. Like Scary Jerry just has no future as in a ADC. Like unless this guy has one of the biggest glow ups I've ever seen next split, I wouldn't imagine like you get another shot at being in the league again. Unless Dignitas want to just take a risk on this guy, which you shouldn't because well he played like absolute dog water this fucking season, and Tomo's completely fine for them. At least for the level of team they have, Tomo's fine for them. So, yep, DSG are without a doubt one of the worst major region teams I've ever seen. No cohesion, no synergy. Their laning phases are all bad. They actually got no idea what their playstyle is. All the players are essentially role model, not like role models. They're like role players where there's no actual star. Like there's no actual true carry on the team to the point where it's going to make any single like difference, honestly. Anything else you want to say about any of the matches you potentially saw before we head out? Because we can cover the rest of them on Thursday when I finish.
OMG's done for the year.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Yeah. So we mentioned that on Thursday, I think, right? Where in the LPL for this split, they had a thing where basically if you are like bottom, like literally in fucking, I think it was like, I forgot the actual placing, but literally if you had no chance of doing anything, you lose this best of 3 or 5 and you're out for the whole year. And I totally forgot about OMG because I don't really follow them as much as I used to. But OMG had this player named Mohab, that fat fuck who was on DK last year. Yeah, he's gone for the whole year, apparently. Yeah. So, okay, so they beat up, and then they have, so I don't know who won out of that, but I think it's the LPL just basically kind of regretting they have that many teams, honestly. Because, and to be fair, that creates meaningful stakes, honestly. You know, like, hey, we know you're not shit, so even if we had a longer season, you're not going to do anything. You know, so let's just take the risk of getting rid of you automatically, you know? So RNG is still alive. I don't know how that's possible. Just RNG is it's disgusting, honestly. And BLG, guys, BLG have looked really bad, honestly. Like they got, they lost to, I forgot who they faced. Oh, there was a series I was watching from one of them. It was against, like, I think, I was watching a Weibo series they had. That looked really bad. So Beichuan, who had been basically on titties his whole career, is now the jungler for BLG. And I know people want to say like, well, when Wei came in, they were winning still. Okay, if we add in context to that, first of all, generally when you get a new player into a team, you usually have the same thing called a honeymoon phase. So they had a honeymoon phase with Wei, and then when they started having a rough time with him when it came to Worlds, they immediately got rid of him, went back to Jun, the player that they never should have got rid of to begin with, honestly. They made the finals, and then they lost in the finals. They were 1 game away from beating T1. I think they were up in the series, too. Yeah, they were at one point
2-1
at match record. They lost the series, and then Jun ended up going to JDG, and then you now have a Wei as their starting jungler.
But BLG, the last couple game, Buchan has been playing.
So Beichuan started playing when? He started playing, April. I think, the last series.
He started playing in mid-April.
So let's see right here. So Beichuan, he came in for them. I forgot which series he played for them, honestly. It's crazy because they're going to play against his former team coming up this week, actually. That's so weird. That is so good. That's going to be so weird. So they played up against FPX, and they beat them. Yep. And then the next matchup they have is going to be up against his former team. So, yeah, I don't know, because I think there's 2 seeds that go from the LPL to MSI. Top Esports is always going to be a dominant regular season team, but they're going to be an international janitor too. Like they're good in the LPL, but then again, internationally they look like shit, honestly. Top Esports lost to Anyone's Legend, but you guys know how I feel about Tarzan. Tarzan, regular season king. Finals, I'm out. If he's in the finals, I'm gone. I'm running.
Anyone's Legend, motherfucker James Harden. Don't depend when you need this motherfucker to come in clutch. 7 points. I was like, oh, I thought it was Legend was going to win last, right? I come back 3-1. I'm like, that hurts. That one hurt.
God,
I was like, damn, this team was good, and then them motherfuckers did not show up. None of them.
That's why I didn't have Tarzan in the LNG series against JGM. Tarzan, I'm done. Fuck that. You can like the whole fucking like Scooby Doo when you know how all they run. That's what I'm doing when I see him in the finals. Peace, gone.
Yep, OMG's done for the year. They're cooked. RNG's close next to they
put them out of their misery. They're bad.
Because right now it's group. What the fuck is the difference between Group Nirvana and Group?
I forgot, honestly. I think the lower one, you could have someone eliminated for most of the year. I think that was the difference, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, Group Nirvana means RNG's close. Oh my god, RNG needs to pick it up. There.
Let me go to the Leaguepedia thing to see what it's for. Because I'll be, man, LPL so many games, so hard to know all the intricacies of all of it.
Well, I know OMG's eliminated. RNG's close. They are close to be eliminated for the year.
We're on split 2, right? Because it's split 2 placement. No, it's just split 2. Or is it? It's not playoffs yet, right?
Nah.
Because it's not playoffs yet. Yeah, Group Nirvana, Group Ascend. Okay, so what's the tidbit on it? Okay, so Hard Fearless. Okay, so top 4 of Group Ascend directly qualify for the playoffs.
Yep.
Bottom 6 of Group Ascend and top 2 of Group Nirvana qualify for the playoff play-in. Bottom 2 of Group Nirvana are eliminated from LPL 2025. They will not participate in Split 3.
Yep.
So the bottom 2 of Nirvana are going to be gone for the whole year. They won't play another match until 2026 January.
Oh. Yep.
So OMG is done for the whole year.
Yeah.
Their last game was played on April 4th. Sorry, May 3rd.
Yep.
April. Hold on. June, July, August.
That's about 8.5 months.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Pun intended. Fuck.
Yep.
Damn. Yep. And the only way that RNG could potentially have a shot at keeping their whole season alive is if they beat Ultra Prime and their next match. Okay, so RNG, because we have the next round of matchups. RNG's next match, the last one they have, is against EDG. And then I don't think they have anywhere else. Yeah, that's it. They have to win that to basically stay alive for the whole season, honestly. Because they beat OMG. If they beat EDG, they'll be here. But them beating EDG, because EDG's 3-1.
Yep.
That means they'll have to play a tiebreaker with Ultra Prime.
Yeah.
Because it also is dependent on if Ultra Prime. So Ultra Prime, who are they playing? Ultra Prime playing against LDG, which is the best team in that group, honestly. So RNG need to win. RNG need to hope they are. Basically, RNG need to beat EDG, and LGD need to beat Ultra Prime. I think that's pretty much how it would go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll cover the rest of the LTA games and LEC games and all that stuff on Thursday. But is there anything you want to also close out with before we end the show?
It's just crazy, man. The new Pokemon reveals are nuts.
Mm-hmm. I heard they changed up the YCS prize support for day 1 and 2.
Yeah, they actually dare. I think they listened to us, man. I put out a video a while back talking about how they need a. This was months ago. I said all you need to do is just put some prize cards with some stamps and like, and then boom. With the,
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't the handcuffs I
My
was
only
saying.
criticism really of it, because I've seen a little bit of it. Mine is, why can't we just get this stuff more sooner? Like, why is it? And it took years and years and years and years and years of people saying, "Hey, can we just get something a little bit better?" There were some people not even asking for money; they were just saying, "Hey, can we get something a little bit better than this?" That's all they were asking for. And it took
Don't forget,
this
we used
long
to have
change.
banging ass prize cards, but they were
Yeah.
too broken and people complained about it. You
I
lost that shit.
was never the guy that advocated for weaker prize cards. I never did. I always didn't mind if they get broken. I mean, it gave you an actual incentive to actually win the event.
I was never against it. I said there should be no super version. It should only be ultra for winner.
Yeah.
It should only be for the winner.
I don't know what idiot advocated for weaker, less valuable prize cards.
No. It wasn't for weaker. They didn't want the prize cards to be so broken that only the top players would have them. That's what it was. But this is what they should have done. They should have kept them as illegal cards into their mainstream, but Konami doesn't do that. If a card is printed, and it's legal as long as it's not on ban list. Not like Pokemon, where they could be like, if the card's not mass produced, it's not legal. That's how Pokemon does it. That's what Yu-Gi-Oh did. But what it was a lot of these pro players were like, they would have the cards and then complain about it. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, you got the cards. Oh, this card's too broken.
You remember my original argument was essentially like, if you're someone that you compete in the YCSs and the regional circuit, and you get this far and you get a card that is essentially really strong, that right there, even though it wasn't money, that would give players an incentive to try to get the card. But if the prize cards are inherently worse, as if like they're literally borderline unplayable, or they're prize cards where they only kind of would fit into very niche situations, like that Chaos Emperor Dragon card. It only really fits into like very niche situations in certain formats, right? Like, you don't really use it a lot. But at least we don't even have that anymore. Where with that card, we kind of fit into some like light and dark chaos format. We got like vanilla prize cards, and it's like, okay, that's it. The pendulum. So the pendulum went from like
Minerva that was busted when it was out.
Minerva, Dad, and Crush card, and all that.
Oh, the worst one, number 89.
Number 89, deal. Ooh, damn.
They made a whole deck around it just because they knew they were going to ban that motherfucker.
So the pendulum went from all the way to that to getting vanilla prize cards. I knew it was going to be bad when they announced that Dual Link Dragon was going to be the prize card for a season.
That's when I knew the beginning of the end. I was like, oh, this is
because the prize cards, if they're really good, give you an incentive to want to try to win. If the prize cards are bad, you're just like, this is bad. And then stop the press, Konami. Give me a fucking Nintendo Switch. Really? Give me get the fuck out of here, honestly. Yeah. Holy shit.
Think about it. We still haven't got Blood Misfit printed at all.
They've reprinted every single prize card except for that one, I think.
Yeah, the card says one person during your opponent's game, my friend. You can inflict significant damage to your opponent for each card your opponent controls. Each time your opponent sets a spell or trap card, it flicks surrender to your opponent. Motherfucker, imagine having 3 of these on the field. You're flicking 900. Your opponent can't do shit. Each time your opponent sets the card, and then guess what? You go anti-spell fragrance. Now your opponent has to set shit. Boom, boom, 900.
What's the prize card for this? What's the current prize card? I think it's a vanilla monster, right?
It's another verse.
Let's see.
Glutonia or one of them.
Do you still use Yugipedia? I think that one's good.
Yeah, from time to time.
What's the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh? We haven't talked about Yu-Gi-Oh forever,
back in the day, it used to be you got two different, like, if it was Yu-Gi-Oh World Championship prize cards, the first and second place person get 2 different ones. People didn't remember that. There were cards.
Yeah, wasn't it like second and third guys got the super ones? I think
it was first and second, man. It was only first and second back in the day. because it was like some busted cards. Like, but
I know we haven't talked about Yu-Gi-Oh in quite some time, and I will plan on getting that Yu-Gi-Oh channel off the ground very soon. But they're still making speed duel shit. That came out last year, but like, god damn, this has to be the last one. This has to be.
No, it's been done.
Okay. Alliance Insight. I heard about this. This is the next main core booster set, right? It's on one of those like side sets, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of busted. I haven't really been put into it. Because the last
price card.
Oh, wait, see, you gotta go on.
Let's see. Give me 1 second. So they're airing Yu-Gi-Oh! Russian English still. Okay. Any new manga chapters coming out?
Yeah, because it was dueling dragon and dual dragon. I knew that shit was trash. It's pretty much just it's
So TCG, you have 2 things in May, and then you have just only Alliance Insight. Sorry, so 2 things in April, 1 thing in May, Battles of Legend, Monster Mayhem in June, OTS Pack 28. July's got Duelist Advance, Justice Hunters, and so far we just have the Mega Tins for 2025. And Speed Duels have, well, nothing because they probably quietly took that out back and shot it in the head twice, honestly.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like dueling. It's supposed to be Ultimate Time where they're in person, but people rather just play with the actual card, not learn how to play a whole new separate version of the same game.
This is the next prize card right here?
No, that's the one from World, I believe. You get ones we can get Worlds, but that could be it.
Yeah,
no,
right. That's
yeah, that's for Asia. Asia gets different ones. There's some cards we'll never get over here. God damn, she's fine.
Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 25 prize cards. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Let me see. YCS prize. Good lord. Price support says Birmingham. What do they get? Okay? So for this, they're still giving us out.
Yeah, as of now, it's gonna be switching later this year.
This will be the most useless reprinted prize card they ever reprinted it. Honestly, if they ever reprinted it, no one will give a flying fuck. My God. But yeah, that is good lord. That's what this is?
Yeah, because don't forget we had Dueling Dragon. It was supposed to be 2 monsters including a single monster. During your main phase, you can banish 1 power, 2 synchro monster, or one level. Yeah, it's supposed to be a link version of the Crimson Dragon or Ultimate Tizokin. It's supposed to be that. But the synchro version is actually easier for one. That's crazy. The link version is harder to use because
damn, they haven't. What was the last good prize card they made? Yeah, Diablosis has to be the very last.
No, Chaos Emperor Dragon. This guy, he won a YCS and it took it was Jessica. Jessica won a YCS, got the card, and then won another YCS with the card in the deck. Playing Thunder Dragons.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
What was that format? This was not this one. Oh, Utopia Kaiser. Oh, guys, garbage.
I wasn't there for that. I came in right after this.
What was that format with Cash Chira? Good lord, man.
Oh my God! And then they reprinted it. Once I saw this card get reprinted, I was like, "Oh yeah, this motherfucker will get banned eventually." I knew that shit was gonna get banned, knowing how they'll keep that shit.
Yeah, it was the XYZ monster that was just basically a walking macrocosmos. Oof.
Yeah, and then all your it's like it was you get to task 1 military from look at your opponent's extra deck and banish 1 monster from a face down. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroys a monster in the battle, you can target 1 card in your opponent's game or banish it face down. If a card your opponent owns and possesses base face down while you control this card, that means you're automatically gonna get that effect because you're already banishing something face down. That means you're getting the effect that's inherent because you're already using another effect on the card that's gonna treat this requirement.
You can banish cards from the top of your opponent's deck face down equal to their face down banish cards. You know the fucked up thing about it? I played Cactier, right? I played against a motherfucker that played Grand Module who played Pot of Desires, right? I banished 12. He already had 15 cards banished, right?
Mm-hmm.
I summoned number 89, right? And then banished 15 more cards. He goes, draw for turn. He goes Small World, bans the more cards. I go number 89 again. Use the effect on my turn. He looks for his deck. He said, where the fuck are my Grand Modules? All 3 got banished when I banished. He banished one off Pot of Desires, then draw it into him, and then he banished the next. And then when I banished the 12 off, when I banished the 12 off the effect of number 89, the other 2 got banished in that 12. He's playing 60 cards. Dude was just pissed. In a game 2, he got fucked.
Imagine if you're a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player from since 2020, like 2019, and these are the prize cards you get: Dual Link Dragon, the Dual Dragon, another Verse Dragon, another Verse Gluttnia.
People were complaining about that card being ass. I was like, yeah, this card's ass, but it's relatively decent. Like, so it's
yeah. The person is this is actually literally cake compared to the shit that you get at these. These are just vanillas. Hey, giving you effect monsters. Yeah, like holy mother of God. Just Bush Guys wasn't really ever.
You know the fucked up thing about it is this guy to be played a Blue Eye. Level 8 dragon. Level 8 light dragon.
Would you ever justify using it?
Nah,
like in yours? Probably not. Yeah.
You're only playing it if you're playing the XYZ build, where you need more materials, because then you get, like, if you're playing like a fun build and you happen to win or top of YCS, you get one of these. You can play it in your deck. As for fun, because Glutonia is a Dark Fiend. Man, I don't know what deck you're gonna play that in. And then another with Solaria is they made it a Fire Pyro because of fucking Snake Eyes. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, like, people are gonna praise the decision that Konami is giving out better pricing, because I'll say this: without players, the game just doesn't exist. I'm able to understand. Literally, the reason why you should make your voice known is because they should cater to you, the people buying the products, obviously, right? I don't know why it took this long to get somewhat better pricing. That's crazy, Like, I'm glad people did talk about it. I mean, it is doing something. Like, I'd imagine when Jesse Cotton just left his price there, like all the price, it was a thing where apparently he won an event and he just left it there because he didn't care. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they can't have like one of their best players leaving the shit there.
Plus, also, he was able to get it home. But sometimes it's so hard to get shit home. It's like,
oh yeah. Oh gosh. Well, I'll ask you, man. Any Pokemon market watches or content you got planned coming up?
Pokemon. It'll come out when it comes out. Every time it's like every time I get home, I just jump on and play Pokemon because I'm just trying to win a cup at this point. If I'm just more focused on playing Pokemon. I get home, I play about 3 hours. After I play 3 hours at work, I'm just playing so much Pokemon right now. That's amazing.
Isn't that for losers, honestly?
Oh, fucking you play Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
What the heck? Yu-Gi-Oh's for Chads.
You sure about that?
Not really. That's for Looney Tunes. Have people been seeing what's been going on with Yu-Gi-Oh with that?
Oh yeah. Oh dude.
There's some furries. Oh my God. I don't know. I left. I kind of did pay attention to the community for a while, and it's like, come back. A bunch of people are furry true weirdos. Like, oh my God.
Oh dude. Right. Dude, Pokemon's the same way. It's like card games are like that because they're supposed to be, because most people don't give a fuck. That's why they consider it a safe space in a sense. That's why a lot of the people who you call that are in that thing. A lot of them are, because I didn't realize at first. I was like, I'll pick it up on it eventually. It was like, oh shit, yeah, a lot of them are, but like that's when you figure out, okay, a lot of people might have mental illness. Everyone has some kind of mental illness, but some people have it to an extreme point. Like, oh shit.
Oh no, you could tell. And keep in mind, communities like this would be easy, I don't know, birthing grounds for people of like disabilities and mental illnesses to latch on to this, kind of protect their personalities onto it. Yeah.
Yep. And it's like, the whole pronoun thing. It was like someone else like, yeah, don't you go put your pronouns? Like, I don't have a pronoun. I just go by Chaz. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Ain't given to that weird mental illness shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, as you guys know, for me, tomorrow on the MSK show, we're going to be talking about Thunderbolts' box office opening weekend. I think that's the only topic for tomorrow's show. It should have me, Iron, Bob, and Gray. It should, outside of that, where I might have a game stream, maybe depending on how I feel. Either I'll play Master, I'll play League of Legends, doesn't really matter. Tuesday, I have the one-on-one show with Labs Comic Fan. I might do a game stream after that. Or no, I don't think I can this week. I think I have. No, it depends. I'll have to look at my schedule. Wednesday, Savage Dad, me and him are gonna have a show. And then with the panel show with me and Gray and Lunchbox Warren. Thursday, I'm gonna have some banger shows coming up. Honestly, I think I set aside a few good, nice one-on-ones. Like I was really, really thinking about some things, and I was like, okay, this is gonna land pretty good. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to make sure I message this person back because I messed up on a time slot for them. But yeah, so I got a lot of great shows coming out this week. We're into our 15th season right now. Can't wait to talk about other League of Legends games that are gonna happen. LEC's games are tomorrow. Can't wait to watch who's playing tomorrow. I just want to see Rogue lose. I usually watch Rogue games to see them suffer, and I love that. Actually, at this point, it just gives me so much joy in my life. So yeah, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. If you are just watching just for this show, we'll be back here Thursday 7:30 p.m. PST. We'll be covering the 2025 NBA playoffs. Still, we're going to see the results of the semifinals for each conferences as they play out their games.
You got Team Harak versus Fnatic and Koi versus SK.
Oh, great. Can't wait to sit down and get the popcorn out, right?
Yep.
All right. So we'll see you guys later.